If you could vote for one state to leave the U.S., which would it be and why? As someone from North Dakota, ouch, sad face. Georgia. If it had become its own country, there would then be two Georgias, which would be funny. Kansas. Why? Because then the U.S. would look like a funky donut-shaped country. Gaseous state. Fuck that state. Delaware. First in, first out. It's only fair. My brain says Mississippi for the immediate stat boost. But my heart says I really want to be Bugs Bunny and set Florida adrift. I wouldn't vote to necessarily expel any state, but to merge Montana and Wyoming into one state. They're both very sparsely populated. And even combined, their population would be lower than many other states. Call it Wyomontana or Montyoming. I used to live in Texas, so I was expecting a whole bunch of Texas responses. Shit's wild there. Florida, just to call it Mickeyston. I'll be deep in the cold, cold ground before I recognize Missouri. Depression. Literally nobody belongs in the state of depression. Fuck that state. Get rid of it. Texas. They've already tried to leave the US like 3 times now, might as well just let them at this point. I ain't seen nothing good happen in Oklahoma in a long time. Get rid of North Dakota, nobody would notice. North Dakotans wouldn't even know. I guess Pennsylvania is completely off the radar with all the dumb shit we deal with. Alabama. Whatever reason you just thought of will suffice. Texas wants to be on their own so bad. May as well let them. Then they can realize what a mistake it is. Just like Brexit. I'm Canadian, so I am coming at this question with the idea of annexing to Canada. New York. Double our GDP overnight. Maybe it would be less depressing to drive over the border from Ontario, and the infrastructure would be better. Also, it's Lake Ontario, we need to control all of it. Washington State. This is mostly so the poor kids in Roberts Point don't have to travel through Canada to go to school. Alaska. Cause I'm Canadian, and that could just be another territory anyway. I'm surprised I haven't seen more people comment Ohio. Indiana. I used to go to school in Michigan but was from Illinois. I've taken the train and I've driven. The only thing I've ever seen in that state is industrial decay and trailer parks. Also, the tri-state made what should have been 3-hour drive a 4 drive. Shit's ludicrous. Ohio, because they literally tried to start a war with Michigan. Edit. https en.m.wikipedia.org/wiki/Toledo_war. I'm here for the comments, popcorn. California. Everyone hates us, so might as well split. Hawaii, because independence is cool. The state of anxiety. I like how everybody is voting the states that be having the most Americans in them. Tears of joy. Florida. California. Texas. New York. Texas, because I live in Texas. I don't want to see any leave. But maybe consolidate some of the more useless ones. We don't need 2 Dakotas. Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana. They could be one big empty state with 2 senators and 4 electoral votes. This should have been titled, "Greater than if you could vote for one state to leave the US, why would it be Texas?" Just the assholes who keep voting for Mitch McConnell. Not even the whole state. California. Then I would move to California. Edit. I see a few of you agree with me. Yup. All the reasons y'all are listing. I would list all those reasons. But I am tired. Texas. So they can put their money where their mouth is. Texas. Mississippi. Absolutely worthless trash swamp state. Nice try, Putin winking face. State of violence. Hawaii because I feel like they would be the most down. Texas can go. Lotta hate for Rhode Island, lol. I didn't expect to see that. As someone from North Dakota, ouch sad face. I'd be torn between California, to see what happens if you have a country with many of the advantages of the US as a whole, natural resources, population, but more progressive politics. Texas, just to do the most harm to Republican chances in Congress and the Electoral College. Texas. Kansas. Because I like donut shapes. Texas. They're always talking about seceding anyways. Just get rid of M. Also, I was born in Oklahoma and hearing Texans rave over how awesome Texas is annoying as hell. Texas. Florida will be underwater before we know it, so I'm not going to waste a vote on it. California. To see the welfare states start a civil war. I wouldn't shed a tear for Texas or Florida. Adios. South Carolina. Never technically joined the Union post-Civil War and keep saying how if X happened they would have won. If you think racism and not being a part of the Union are a good thing, go away. California. Everyone hates us for reasons that don't really make sense if you actually experience the state. We're well poised to succeed as a country anyways, so I don't like the idea, but the state would definitely not miss a beat, and then the rest of the US would have to find a new state to unreasonable hate.